In the annals of ancient legends, there exists a tale veiled in mystery, a story of a man known only as Al-Khidr. The green one, his name is whispered among the wise, a figure cloaked in enigma and imbued with a knowledge that defies the bounds of human comprehension. But few know the true depths of his wisdom, or the lengths to which one must go to glimpse the hidden truths he guards. It all began with a question simple, yet charged with the weight of destiny. Prophet Musa, the great lawgiver, stood before his people, his voice resonating with the authority of one who had seen the face of the divine. "Is there any man on earth more knowledgeable than you, O Musa?" a voice called out from the crowd. Without hesitation, Musa answered, "No." But in the stillness that followed, a revelation descended upon him like a thunderclap. Allah spoke to Musa, not in rebuke, but in guidance, revealing that there existed a servant of his, a man of unparalleled knowledge hidden from the eyes of the world. His name was Al-Khidr. Driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, Musa begged Allah to lead him to this man. And so, he was instructed to embark on a perilous journey, to travel to the place where two seas converged, a place shrouded in myth and known only to the wisest of men. There, he would find Al-Khidr. The sign of his presence would be a simple, yet miraculous event: the loss of a fish, brought along as their humble provision. With his faithful servant Yusha by his side, Musa journeyed far across treacherous lands, driven by a relentless determination. Day after day they traveled until they reached the fabled junction of the two seas. Exhausted, they paused to rest. And as Musa drifted into uneasy slumber, something extraordinary happened. The fish slipped from their basket, wriggling free into the waters, vanishing into the depths as if called by some unseen force. When they awoke, the air was thick with an eerie stillness. Only when they had resumed their journey did Musa realize their loss. But this was no mere accident, it was the sign. Heart pounding, he retraced his steps, and there, at the edge of the world, they found him. Al-Khidr stood tall, a figure of quiet power, his eyes reflecting a knowledge that seemed to pierce the veil of reality itself. Musa approached with a mixture of awe and apprehension, asking to follow him, to learn from his boundless wisdom. Al-Khidr's response was both a warning and a challenge: "You will not be able to bear with me. For how can you be patient in matters beyond your understanding?" Musa, with unwavering resolve, promised to be patient, no matter what he might witness. And so began a journey fraught with tension, where every step was a test of faith, and every act a puzzle that seemed to defy reason. They boarded a ship owned by humble fishermen, their faces lined with years of toil. But as they set sail, Musa watched in disbelief as Al-Khidr, without hesitation, took an axe to the vessel, gouging a gaping hole in its hull. Water seeped in, and the crew rushed to save their ship from sinking. Musa could hold his tongue no longer. "Why would you do this? Do you seek to drown these innocent men?" But Al-Khidr's only reply was a stern reminder of Musa's promise to remain silent. The sun dipped low in the sky, casting long shadows as they journeyed on. In a quiet village they encountered a young boy, his face full of innocence. Without warning, Al-Khidr struck him down, leaving his lifeless body crumpled in the dust. A scream tore from Musa's lips. How could you take the life of an innocent child? What evil is this? But again, Al-Khidr's response was a calm, yet unyielding reminder of the pact they had made. Their journey led them to a town where cold eyes greeted them, and no hand was offered in kindness. Hungry and weary, they found shelter beneath a crumbling wall. But rather than rest, Al-Khidr began to rebuild the wall, stone by stone, until it stood strong once more. Musa's patience finally broke. Why help these ungrateful people? You could have demanded payment, yet you labor for nothing. Al-Khidr turned to Musa, his gaze piercing through the veil of doubt that had clouded Musa's mind. "This is where we part ways," he said, his voice laden with the weight of untold secrets. "But before we do, I will reveal to you the truths you were so quick to question." The ship belonged to poor fishermen, their only means of survival. A tyrant king was seizing every seaworthy vessel to bolster his fleet. "By damaging the ship, I saved it from being taken. They will repair it, and it will continue to serve them." The boy's fate was a dark one. He would grow to be a source of torment and grief for his pious parents, leading them into disbelief and despair. By ending his life now, Allah, in His mercy, will grant them another child, one who will be a source of joy and faith. Beneath that wall lies a treasure, the inheritance of 2 orphans in this unkind town. Their father was a righteous man, and Allah wished to protect their treasure until they are old enough to claim it. By rebuilding the wall, I ensured that it would remain hidden, safe from those who would steal it. As Al-Khidr spoke, the full weight of his actions crashed down upon Musa like a torrent. The wisdom of Al-Khidr was not for mortals to grasp easily. It was a knowledge rooted in the unseen, in the divine orchestration of events that mortal minds could scarcely comprehend. With these revelations, Al-Khidr turned and walked away, his figure fading into the horizon, leaving Musa standing alone, awash with newfound understanding. The journey had been one of both torment and enlightenment, a lesson in the limits of human perception and the boundless wisdom of the divine. And as the sun set, Musa realized that true knowledge was not just about understanding the world, but about trusting in the greater plan that lies beyond it.